Tonight, from Lumen Field in Seattle, it's Sunday Night Football on EA Sports. As we'll see Justin Herbert and the Seattle Seahawks versus Aaron Rodgers and the Green Bay Packers.
With the beautiful Puget Sound just to our west, you get a look inside Lumen Field here in Seattle, Washington. Tonight, we've got a great Sunday night matchup between the Green Bay Packers and the Seattle Seahawks. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, you look at this Seahawks team as they get ready here. They've been buoyed by getting 2 home games right at the start, and they come off a good victory in Week 1.
And the offense last week, they had things humming. If you're a defensive player, you may get overshadowed a little bit, but you're really buoyed by what your offense is doing.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. So out come the Seahawks now for their first possession. And at quarterback from the University of Oregon, it's Justin Herbert.
And he comes off an incredible performance in the opener. 5 touchdown passes. Now look, you always want to start strong, but I think that's more than anyone, including himself, could have expected.
Here's Walker to start the drive. That's to about the 28. Second down coming up. The numbers on the ground for Walker a week ago. 13 carries, 83 yards.
That's a good start to the season. They got the win, and they were able to establish a good running game. Nothing that just blew people away, but a nice solid base to get things started. And they expect that to get tuned up and get better as the season moves on.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. It's a gain of 15, first down Seahawks. A CD a lot of times like to separate speed and quickness, and they've got a back that's both. We know that he's fast in the open field, but man, his first step is so quick too.
It is something, isn't it? Because you think of that type of speed getting to the perimeter and turning upfield, but also when you run those inside runs, he can get into the secondary so fast the linebackers don't have a chance to react.
Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1. On 2nd down, it's Walker.
Go, 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 run!
And he'll go out of bounds right around the 40. That one a first down pickup of 8.
They did tell us they wanted to establish the ground game early, didn't they?
They did, and a small sample size that we've seen so far, but pretty good return.
Yeah, you gotta like that. They've strung together a couple of first downs, established what they wanted, the running game. And guess what? They also got their lead guy running it pretty well, too.
Walker now on 1st and 10. And a pretty good run there as he gets 7 down to the 33.
This drive is pretty clear. Almost feels like old school fundamentals, doesn't it? Want to impose their will on the defense. Was that 5 straight runs?
Yeah, 5 straight carries to start this drive. And like you said, the way it's working, they may just stick with it. And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1. It's been a 7-play opening drive, and this is 3rd and short. And they'll go jet sweep to try to pick it up. Call it no gain that time, and they're going to be left looking up at a 4th and 1. Jet sweep. Here's Pickens with it. And inside the 20 before it's brought down. The conversion is successful with a sizable gain of 13, and the decision to go for it looks like a smart one. An excellent run there coming from out wide.
And we used to consider these jet sweeps to be gadget plays or something a little bit unusual, right? But now most teams have something.
And this will be caught by Metcalf for a Seahawk touchdown. Touchdown now on the air. And the Seahawks will claim the early lead as they're on the board first here tonight. Heck of a start to his season. He had 2 touchdowns in the opener last week, another one here in week 2.
Well, I don't want to call him a touchdown machine this early, but sometimes you get locked in, and you feel good about things. You get into that zone, and those touchdowns come in bunches. He may be off to that kind of a start.
It's like he was shot out of a cannon. I would imagine success this early, great momentum going forward for the rest of the year.
He keeps this up, they'll soon be chanting MVP anytime he touches the ball.
After the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return. And ultimately, he stopped right where he would have been if he had simply gone down to a knee at the 25. Rodgers will bring the pack up with a 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. They'll start the drive with a carry by Jones. The numbers on the ground for Jones last week, pretty good as he found himself in the end zone on 2 separate occasions.
And those are the most important numbers because no matter what you pile up prior to the goal line, getting in is all that matters. Putting those numbers up on the board, and they love them when they're 6s.
On 2nd down and 4, Rodgers. He has it complete to Christian Watson. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. On 1st and 10, here's Rodgers. He'll get that to Amir Smith-Marset. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. From just shy of midfield, Rodgers. And he's going to be sacked. They sack him back right at the midfield stripe. Jonathan Allen, the former 1st-round pick, getting in there to bring him down. From midfield, here's Rodgers. He finds Watson complete. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks 40. Rodgers finding Watson for the Packer 1st. Here's Rodgers to throw. And complete once again to Watson. And he's going to be taken down at about the 33. 2nd down and 3. Now Rodgers. Eluding the pressure, and he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Von Miller, he was the one getting in there, able to wreak his usual havoc.
Yeah, that's a pretty darn good start to his season, huh? A sack in the opener, and it's a 2nd one here. That tells you about his offseason. He came in determined to have a big year, and it's paying off.
Under pressure, they got him again. K'Lavon Chaisson, the former 1st-rounder, in there to get the sack. And that is the 3rd sack this offensive line has allowed this 1st quarter.
That puts him on pace. Let me do the rudimentary math here. To be sacked 12 times in a game. I know he's not going to go for that. I wonder if it's going to reshape what they decide to do on offense in terms of play calling.
Well, I can tell you what, when he popped up, shaking his head, frustrated right now behind center. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. Kenneth Walker headed back out there. He's been effective so far, over the 40-yard mark here in the 2nd quarter. Don't forget about those guys up front, though. They've been effective, too.
The leverage game has been in their favor. They've been the ones who've been able to bend their knees, drop their hips, and get a little bit lower than the guys on the other side of the football. They've moved them out of the way for the runner.
Sometimes that's tough for those big fellas.
Not an easy thing for them to do.
Oh, that's just not fair, and now room to run. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. 68 yards for him on the ground so far tonight as he has been terrific in this 1st half.
Sometimes those lines that are drawn on a grease board or in a playbook, they come to life out on the field, don't they? We just saw down that outside handoff to the right.
That right tackle, he gets excited for that call, doesn't he?
He does, because he just wants to dominate his guy and say, listen, I was the point of attack. I took...
Still a few inches short of a 1st down as they come up now on 2nd down. off of play action. That's into the hands of his tight end, Will Dissly. And he maybe makes it back to the line of scrimmage. That's it. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. They'll try for the first with Walker. And he gets it to the 34. Good enough for the first. 3 yards there, good enough to keep the drive moving.
Well, partner, what do you think? Might have been 4-down territory if they didn't pick it up, but...
Yeah, it's a moot point now. I was curious, so if they didn't get it there, would they have gone for it? I guess we'll never know.
Yeah, we didn't have to make that call, but I have a feeling both of us would have said, go for it.
Back to Walker on first down. A pickup of about 3 yards as he's taken down at the 31.
Not a huge carry there on first down, but not all of them will be. But still, all in all, a positive play for the offense. It's all about picking up at least a few to set up what you're going to do here on second down.
And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. He lost 4 there, and it's third down. Now Herbert with it, looking to pass. This one incomplete. Almost picked off by the rookie, but he couldn't quite look it in. And now it's fourth down. Myers' kick is good, and that will extend their lead even further. So that one on target, and it adds to this first half lead.
And maybe we're too early to worry too much about 1-score lead, 2-score lead, etc. But this is where you kind of start banking those points that come in helpful later on.
Packers offense here coming back out for their second drive. Nothing for them yet from an offensive standpoint, down 10-zip as they come up first and 10. They'll start out on the ground with Jones. Yeah, this will be a gain of 5 as he gets into the 30. Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5.
Not a huge play, but I think they're more than happy with how it turned out. Don't be surprised to see them revisit that call because there was a lane there for more than just 5 yards. Put it in your back pocket and break it out when you need it later.
17 yards on the play there as the Packers have the first down as well. Shotgun now for Rodgers. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. It'll be a loss of 10. And it'll bring up second. Another try after the first down sack. Rodgers. Now that's complete downfield to Hightower. Yeah, he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Throwing now is Rodgers. Tunyon's got it on the out route. And he gets it down a yard or 2 shy of the 30 before he's out of bounds.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players. Somehow came back to football. That's really good for the game of football. You're getting better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination, guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes.
On first down, Rodgers. On the out route, Dobbs brings it in. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. So they'll get 8 out of that completion, and it'll be second in a couple. From the gun, it's Rodgers. Completes it again to Dobbs. And he's going to be taken down right at the 10-yard line. So not quite a 1st and goal. It's 1st and 10 from the 10. Rodgers again now. Dancing to his left. And he'll just throw this one over in the way of the security crew. Incomplete here.
I'm really liking what I'm seeing from this defense because their coverage has been playing at a shutdown level so far. Even backed up late. They're forcing incompletions and fighting to keep them out of the end zone as the first half winds down.
And this is going to be intercepted. And the Seahawks are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20.
And as we've seen, points have been precious so far, and they just threw something away on that snap. And look, let's face it, as we advance further into this game, that play will be on the minds of everyone who's watching it. They wonder if this is the turning point. Is this the spot where those points were given away and could cost them a ball game?
Mike 7. Check, 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 check.
They'll run with Walker to begin the drive. And he'll go down at the 26 following a gain of 6. 6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. Herbert now. A leap, and he's got it. He got it. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. Better than a 30-yard gain as we wind down towards 30 seconds left in the quarter. Up the middle they run. It's Walker. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as they stop it with 11 seconds remaining in this first half.
60 Bison.
Again, it's Walker to the 27-yard line. So we are at halftime here in downtown Seattle with the Seahawks out in front. As we send you back over to Orlando with our EA Sports Halftime Report, here's Jonathan Coachman.
Brandon, thanks very much. Welcome in, everyone, to our EA Sports Halftime Report. Let's get you caught up on what's going on around the NFL. We'll get started down at Hard Rock Stadium in Miami, where you see the final score there. Zach Wilson, 5 touchdown passes, leading his guys to the victory. From there, we head to the Big Apple, more specifically to MetLife Stadium in Jersey, to check on the Giants. And things didn't work out so well as they fall to the visiting New England Patriots. Mac Jones, couple of touchdown passes as his guys win their 2nd straight to start the year. And then lastly, on Monday Night Football, those fans will be riled up as it'll be a good matchup between their guys and the Philadelphia Eagles. Meanwhile, in our game, it's been a defensive struggle. Which offense can break through in the second half? To find out, let's hand it over to our broadcast team of Brandon Gotten and Charles Davis.
The Packers set to get the football first, and they are trailing on the scoreboard as we resume action, ready for the 3rd quarter. Fields in right around the goal line. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. Well, the Packers ready to go to start quarter number 3. Charles, it'll be interesting to see what adjustments this offense made in the locker room. Haven't really been able to get anything going offensively, virtually nothing in the ground attack either. So certainly something has to change here in quarter 3.
And I'm pretty sure their friends from the defensive side of the ball told them exactly that, because those guys, the stop troops, they've been playing pretty well. They've kept them around in this game. Now they got some time. The running game struggled in the first half. Opposition knows how to focus on defending the pass here. They've got to re-energize that ground game and maybe open things up for a comeback here in this half.
And this will be a Packers first down as he's got this up to the 40-yard line.
The more football I watch, the more I want to check and see if teams are going to panic when they're down on the scoreboard. And this team has shown no signs of doing that. A lot of the time, they come out after the half. Things haven't worked so well in the first go-round. They want to throw the football like crazy. But the way to open up throwing the ball is to run it. And they've run it well here to start the second half.
Now a first down carry by Jones. And he takes this up right near the 45-yard line. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down.
Let's go, Mike 50, Mike 50. I'm scared. Hey, check it.
Now they'll throw with Rodgers. That's taken in by Smith-Marset. And he'll be tackled on the other side of midfield at the 46. Here on defense. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter.
Over.
play fake to Jones. Here's Rodgers. And the throw left sideline here is caught, but they'll rule it incomplete. Couldn't keep his feet in. Second down. We sit in quarter number 3 out in Seattle. A 2nd and 10 now. Rodgers with a give. It's Aaron Jones. And he is going to lose yardage here. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11.
I think it's pretty evident. We can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they've stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments. Touchdown, Packers! Robert Tonyan, 33 yards. And the Packers have cut it back within a score. Good start to the season for him. He had the touchdown last week in the opener and a second one in week 2 now.
How about the pace he's already established, right? Not sure he can keep it up for an entire season, but don't burst the bubble because he thinks that he can.
Do guys go into a season with a goal for touchdown scored or yardage? What do you think?
I think every single one of the guys who's going to touch the football, they all have those types of goals. They all have those types of thoughts. Then they just have to see how the season unfolds if they can stay with it.
Unfolding so far so good for him. So just a 3-point game now as they send this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Here comes the Seahawks offensive unit. They'll have it first to begin the 3rd. Herbert. Oh, Metcalf, what a catch. 20. Touchdown. DK Metcalf. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Seahawks are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. And we didn't even get a chance to settle in for that drive. A quick strike of 75 yards, and they find the end zone.
Don't you get the sense that film study was behind this one, that they saw something that they thought they could take advantage of? The key is calling it in the right situation, knowing when it exists to go to it. They did exactly that. They've got to feel really good about what they did in advance of this game.
Just looking down at the sideline now, their defense is like, man, can you have strung that out just a few plays? Give us a break. Back out there.
Hey, Mick, give that water break and get on out there and play.
From just inside the 20, a short kick. And they've got it up past the 35, so pretty good starting field position. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And as the offense begins another drive here, pretty simple, Charles. They want to carbon copy what happened the last time out when they ended their drive in the end zone.
You're right about that, partner. Sounds pretty simple, doesn't it? Just score again, but we know it's not that simple because we don't just make adjustments at halftime if you're a good football team. You spend that time on the sideline, you study what's on the notes and the tablets, and you make those adjustments to prevent a repeat of the last drive. Series to series, the best teams, that's how they get it done.
And we'll find out here soon enough whether those adjustments are enough defensively. A 3rd down now. Those last 2 plays indicative of how things have gone for them. Just nowhere to go on the ground and struggling to put up points. He'll find Smith-Marset complete. And they've got this down to about the 12-yard line.
We got this.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play that picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a 1st down in the red zone. Throwing is Rodgers. Quick hitter here, it's complete. The result, only 4 yards there on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. To throw is Rodgers. Being chased out left. And eventually taken down here. Great coverage downfield. That's big Jordan Davis powering in to drop it.
Oh, man, it's been a rough night for that offensive line, and it's only getting rougher. 5 sacks now that they've given up in this contest so far. It feels like the witching hour out here, doesn't it?
Okay, stupid question. What's the witching hour?
Yeah, the witching hour. That's when everything goes haywire late at night.
Tries the crossing route and hits Watson. And able to get this down inside the 15, either the 13 or 14 before he's out of bounds. And his kick is indeed good. And the deficit trimmed to 6 now at 16-10. So 3 points, maybe not a grand prize at this stage, but it does get them back within one score.
It certainly does, because now they stay within shouting distance, so that means everyone on your sideline stays engaged in this game. They know they still have a shot.
And he doesn't even get this to the 10. He's taken down at the 9.
Anytime you feel the kickoff inside your own end zone, you've got to be decisive about whether you're bringing it out or not. Sometimes that indecision can really cost you. That may have been what happened on that play.
And just 3 yards on the catch there. He couldn't get away. And that'll make it second down. Up the middle, here's Walker. And he'll be taken down at the 18. 1 quarter remains here on a Sunday night. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. The Seahawks on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. 101 yards on the ground for him now as he's gotten better, really, as the night's gone on. And carries like that, that's how they're going to continue to salt this thing away here, Charles, in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, how about that? A new set of downs. Clock continues to move. No better way to close out a game than to tap those mastodons you have up front and say, guys, keep pounding them. Let's keep the ball, keep their offense on the sidelines, and let's close this one out.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. Herbert's throw into the hands of Pickens. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down. Play action. It's Herbert. He's got this to Pickens. And he'll have it past midfield, almost to the 40 before being taken down. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another 1st down.
And these guys certainly are not hiding what their intention is. They're absolutely showing it. They're definitely not going to sit on this lead here in the 4th quarter.
A 1st down carry for Davis. Down inside the 40. I'm sure that that's going to be the formula. Just keep the ball on the ground. Keep that clock moving.
And when you have the lead this late in the game, above all, stay in bounds. Yes, take care of the football. Yes, gain yardage, but stay in bounds and let that clock tick.
11 more yards there. This methodical drive continues. Working with the lead, trying to get to 2-0. Here's 1st and 10. Jet sweep. Here's Pickens with it. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Same exact result as last play, a pickup of 11. So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. Herbert operating from the red zone. That is caught at the 7-yard line. And the Seahawks are going to have a 1st and goal coming up as the tackle made at the 3-yard line. This is something you got to be wary of defensively. I mean, just because they're in the mode of trying to burn some clock doesn't mean they won't pass it. And they got good yardage out of that one.
Yeah, and really, when you're looking at it, now they've got a fresh set of downs. Look for 2nd down. If they want to take another shot and try and loosen things up, that'd be the time to do it.
This drive's taken more than 3 minutes off the clock already as they come up on 2nd down. Walker once more, pushing for the end zone, but he's not going to get there. They stop him just shy of the goal line. Through a couple of plays, this Green Bay defense is held strong. Now it's 3rd and goal. Back to throw here, Herbert. Forced out to it, and he will score. Touchdown, Seattle. Justin Herbert. His 3rd touchdown of the game, his 8th on the year. And the Seahawks are looking to make it 2 straight as they add on to this 4th quarter lead.
Well, that was absolutely ideal for them, wasn't it? Trying to salt this game away. I think one of my kids just graduated in the amount of time they had the football. That was absolutely impressive.
Everybody wants those salt away the game drives. What makes them successful?
Well, when you're able to mix run pass, when you're able to control the football and stay ahead of the chains, I'm using every cliche I know, but that's how.
So Aaron Rodgers and his offense. Down by 2 touchdowns. 2:25 remaining. Their offense has struggled all night, and now they need to find 2 scores late to try to pull this thing out.
Hey, we're pretty quiet, D. We're pretty quiet.
Throwing on first down is Rodgers.
That's complete to Smith-Marset.
At this stage, this drive's got to be touchdown or bust because you need 2 of them.
And if I'm the offensive play caller, I'm not just looking at my dagger plays downfield. I'm looking at some of my specials, something that can fool them and give you a big play now.
With a sense of urgency.
No doubt.
A good gain on first has him set up with second and just a couple of inches now from the 29. Here's Rodgers. Flush to his right. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away.
Now the focus is really clear. They need to get that first down and either get out of bounds or maybe use one of those timeouts.
Rodgers going to try and throw on third down.
Watson making the catch.
And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. But this will get out of bounds, so possession will stay the same. Can almost see inside his face mask there the look of relief. He coughed it up, but it goes out of bounds. They keep it.
Someone came around the lucky horseshoe, aren't they? If I were him, I'd go out and play the lottery after that one. A very fortunate man.
And they're operating in plus territory here. They're thinking points. Definitely don't want to lose the football at this juncture. Rodgers' throw is taken in by Jones. And he'll be out of bounds as he gets it down to the 30 there. So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
Let's go. Let's bring it. Let's bring it. 24 is the mic.
Rodgers going to throw. Buying time to his left. That is caught. It's the tight end, Tunyon. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Limited time left on the clock after that incompletion, so I think both sides are going to savor every second to prepare before the next snap. Because once the ball's in motion, it may be a non-stop push to finish this drive off. Everyone better be on the same page right now, because I think they're going to try and get several plays off in quick succession if they can.
The Seattle defense, they haven't broken yet. Coming up here on a 3rd and goal situation. Now, here's a look for the end zone, but that one's going to wind up incomplete.
Give them credit for excellent coverage, tight coverage. They're doing a lot of things that we talk about in basketball. They're causing disruptions in the passing game. And as long as that continues, it'll be tough for them to gain any momentum throwing the ball downfield.
And he'll be caught behind the line of scrimmage at the 3. They tried to let the fullback pound it in between the tackles, but he stopped up short. And it would appear that the Seahawks are going to win this football game. So with that, we can just about close the book on this one, Charles.
Yeah, what's the old expression about slim and none? Well, Slim just left town on that
They're
one.
down to none.
Yes, exactly right.
And that won't buy him much room. Just a 1-yard gain to the 5. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts as the clock's going to stop with 47 seconds to go in the 4th. So 2nd and 9, and you'd have to figure just about all 11 probably crashing the line here. Gets it up past the 10 with a nice move. Now a 2nd timeout called for by the defense as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the game. On 3rd down, here's Walker, and he will have the first down here as he's up to the 15. Now the defense will burn their 3rd and final timeout as they stop it here with just under 40 seconds to go in the game.
This offense really looking polished these first couple of weeks. Here's 1st and 10. Meanwhile, Herbert's throw caught here by Metcalf.
Now the offense will burn their 3rd and final timeout. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. And what is this? They're lining up here to punt on 1st down. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. And this one hits at the 1, continues on into the end zone for a touchback. the Packers offense now. They get ready to head back onto the field. They can't do much at this point, partner. This one is going to go down in the loss column.
You don't make up for what has happened during the game in this sequence here. Maybe you hand it off and let someone run the ball if you so choose. But otherwise, just kneel down, call it a day, and try and prepare going forward.
At 5 yards, not going to cut it here. That clock continues to run.
One final try for Rodgers. We've seen this before. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And the Seahawks have picked it up. And that will write a finish to this ball game. So the victory here for Seattle. And we talk so much about the turnover battle determining who wins and who loses. This game, no exception. They didn't turn the ball over at all, and they go on to victory.
They look like a smooth operation in this one, didn't they? Because you look at every facet of the game, they handled their business. Offense took care of the football and converted it into points. Defense took the ball away, gave it back to the offense. Special teams, right there with them. That's the type of game a coach is going to really love and value. And when they show the film, they have to be careful not to give out too many kudos and kill their motivation going forward.
So for the Seahawks, they used a favorable early schedule to their advantage as they move to 2-0. And they will hit the road next week for a date with the San Francisco 49ers. Meanwhile, for the Packers, they'll fall to 1-1. And they'll try to get back to their winning ways next week as they head to KC to take on the Chiefs. And for Charles Davis and our entire